Alright, Sunday night. What's the temperature? Why does it feel a bit warm in here? Probably just because I was rushing around just now. It's probably not warm at all. Come on, weather app. What the fuck is your story? No, it's not warm. It's a little bit warmer tomorrow, though. And then much warmer on Tuesday and Wednesday. 30 and 35. Damn. Okie dokie, artichoke. Do I want to do anything fancy? Oh, this orange peel. Wait, I'm going to look up a thing. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Gotta look up the recommended garnish for this cocktail I'm going to make. Vodka, get the fuck out. OJ chartreuse. Garnish with an orange zest. Yes, okay, I will use my orange zest. It's a thing I shall do. Hello, Madam Butterfly. How are you? Let's see, Sunday morning for you. Trimming my orange peel. That'll do. That'll do. There you go. Now I've got a cute shaped orange peel. Hello, honey. How are you going? The things I do. Okay. So this recipe originally said vodka, and I'm not doing vodka because vodka is bullshit. So my initial take was citrus gin. All right, glad you're good, mate. I am going to make a short cocktail video. So I said to myself, citrus gin, but which gin will I choose? What's this one? Mango. Anything white? Yuzu. Sunrise lime. I have a lot of these fucking gins, don't I? That I haven't been using. I feel like I haven't been making gin cocktails, actually. I need to focus more on gin cocktails. Yuzu. Fuck it, we're doing yuzu. And yellow chartreuse into the forbidden goblet of mystery. Chartreuse and orange bitters. Hey Greg, how you doing? Just got this yuzu. All right. Let's start to get things organized. Oh, was it a good Grand Prix today? I wasn't watching. I know nothing about what happened. What do the fans think of this year's Oz GP? Here we go. All right. Okay, put my audio recorder over here. There's some dickhead with a loud car stereo going past. Sure sounds like it. There's a really loud bass beat going. Or is it my imagination? Am I having a stroke? Colobondulance. Wait, what are the measurements on this? 30, 30, 45. Nice and easy. Get our gin ready. Okie dokie doo. That was good to me. Move that back a little bit. And I think we're ready to go. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just before I go, I'm going to be goddamn professional and do the thing that I always say I do, but almost never do. I'm going to chill my glass. Because I'm a goddamn professional. Oh Christ, almost knocked the glass off. Oh, that would just fucking fit in my evening, honestly. Okay. Okay, now we're ready. Okay. The gin. The chartreuse. Oh, that's way too much. Fuck it. We'll do it all. 45 mils of orange juice. Seems like a lot. I'm in an experimental mood. 1 dash of orange bitters. All right. It's that. Put the ice in there. Put the glass there. Put a bit more ice in here. Glue. On this. On this. On this. Let's giggity go. It's nice and yellow. Okie doke. Turn that off. Done for now. Forgot to do the garnish, that's okay, I don't care. It's only a short. Okay. Let's start the audio recorder and the video recorder. And then be sitting down and chilling like a villain. Oh, okay, I gotta just do everything back to auto. It is, it's all auto, okay. But I do have to reframe because I was shooting some special stuff. No. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do that. Are our levels right? They look right. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is called a cheeky monkey for reasons that escape me. I have no idea why it would have that name. It doesn't have a banana in it. Now I'm just ready for a pedant to go, actually, monkeys don't actually eat bananas. I don't care. The fact I think monkeys eat bananas would make it relevant. Maybe it's yellow. Because of the yellow, it's banana. I don't know. Big question is it going to be any good? It has a lot of orange juice in it. And that often puts me off, but I had some fresh squeezed orange juice. So I thought, nah, live dangerously. Let's give it a taste. You know what? The other elements are holding the orange juice in check. I often think that orange juice just dominates cocktails too much, but this is genuinely working. I'll show you how to make it. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of citrusy gin, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of yellow chartreuse, then 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of orange juice, and just 1 dash of orange bitters. Add ice to the glass, shake that. Add ice to the shaker and shake it good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. And then I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. I was going to do an orange garnish and I forgot, so I'm just going to spritz some orange oil on there and drop my orange peel in. You know, I think it's the yellow chartreuse that is keeping the orange juice in check. Also, the original cocktail recipe did say to use vodka. Vodka's bullshit. I just arbitrarily went with a citrusy gin, but deep sigh. If you feel compelled to use vodka, go ahead. I think, though, you want something with a distinctive flavor to stand up to the orange juice. It's worked for me. I think it'll work for you. Give it a go, you cheeky monkeys. Oh, okay, that was kind of fun. Had a bit of fun with that. Impromptu, unscripted. Okay, sitting down. Down. Oh, wait, put the lids back on, you idiot, before you have the disaster. Maybe a little bit more in here. Or in there. Maybe a little bit more in here. That's probably the water, but that's okay. Then, in fact, I think I'll put it over ice. Let's get my ice. Oh. I'm in the happy... Oh, yeah, okay, I did turn that off. Did I turn this off properly? I did. Did I? I did. Turn off the bright light, so we're back to our mood lighting. Get this out of the way. And be comfy. Oh, yes. Yes, happy International Women's Day to Mrs. Oh, God, okay. Deep breath. Center. Try again. Happy International Women's Day, Madam Butterfly. More women than most people can handle. But we love you. So, I'm going to do a cherry too, because fuck it. I like cherries. Even if it doesn't go with this drink, I'm going to mix other drinks. Because it's a long weekend. I don't have to get up in the morning. Oh, Safa, what happened? Did our boy do bad? Did he crash or something? Oh, Jesus, I'm dropping cherry syrup on the floor. Oh, that's too sticky. I can't leave that. Fortunately, I have something to wipe it up with. And yes, it's toilet paper, but no, I do not poop here at the desk, okay? It's just very absorbent and useful for cleaning up liquid messes. And I'll put that in the bin. Also, did you notice? I tidied up the bed. I just felt compelled to do that today. Oh, motherfucker. It's the bin. It's a narrow space in here. I'm not the most agile individual, which is to say, fat bastard who can't squeeze into small spaces. El Joyloro is my toilet paper wagak. You know I don't know what that means. Oscar Pistari crashed before the race started. Ooh, that's embarrassing. Oh no, I balanced the lights a week or two ago. Pointed it out to you at the time because it was driving you nuts. So yes, my LEDs are the same height now. Every now and then I see another light thing and I think, ooh, I could get that to do some funky lights in my background. Oh, who gives a crap? No, it is not. It's just from the supermarket. I'm not organized enough to order from Who Gives a Crap. I am completely familiar with the company you're talking about, though. Safa, lasagna, and rice. I had pizza, supermarket pizza. I had some stuff too. I'm on the big TV. Woo, larger than there we go. Larger than life. Woo, coming at you. Well, what the base pizza was pepperoni and pesto, and then I added bacon and more cheese. It's actually pretty good. You know, it's a they were calling it a fluffy crust pizza. It's just a frozen pizza, but it's actually pretty good. I'm probably going to have some leftover slices for breakfast. What company? I don't even remember. I am not beholden to a pizza brand. I just like it's the half price in the supermarket pizza. Although what was interesting to me, because often with those supermarket pizzas, it becomes obvious the base is just going down a conveyor belt and tubes are squirting stuff onto it, because the toppings are almost always really unevenly distributed. But this one, I will give credit, the pepperoni and little blotches of pesto were incredibly artfully and evenly placed over the pizza. Like, it stood out because they're usually not. You should try an Aldi. I don't go to Aldi. $5 for a thick crust with the lot. Yes. In short, I don't go to Aldi. There's an Aldi a couple suburbs away, but it's not convenient to go to. And convenience is king, as far as I'm concerned. Well, now I've this is my overflow from the barrel last night. Now I've decanted everything that was in the barrels, and probably need to put together a package for you, Charlie. Spiced brandy, some other things. You buy the bases. I often, same deal. If the bases are on special, I'll get the base. Eljoy, you think they have Who Gives a Crap at Worth? I mean, maybe. I don't remember seeing them, but who the fuck knows? You don't want to get it from them, though. No. Well, Safa, the Aldi, which, as I said, is a couple of suburbs away, is actually in a little mini shopping mall. It's in the same complex as a Woolies. Oh God, there'll be $70 for 2 pizzas on DoorDash, being forced to stop being lazy. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to not use those services. I mean, and there are reasons like they've turned into pretty much literal lifesavers for a lot of people. But for me, it's a combination of it's too expensive. It's ripping off the place that makes the food. It's ripping off the drivers. And I just don't trust the drivers not to mess with my food. Honestly, it just comes down to that. So, yes, not critiquing anyone who does use them because there are a lot of good reasons to use them for a lot of people. None of those reasons really apply to me. So I don't think I've ever used them. So, and the companies behind them are evil as fuck. Like, they are just absolute pieces of shit. All these fucking internet companies are pieces of shit with their gig economy bullshit, or Spotify, run by a complete steaming pile of shit. Facebook and Twitter and fucking everything run by complete mutant pieces of shit. That's my subtle, incisive, soft touch political satire for the day. They all suck and I fucking hate them. So far, I have no idea if the driver doesn't get anything for those free promo things, but again, those companies are evil as fuck and absolutely fuck over the drivers. No, I cannot hear the MCG from my place. Even if there was a rock band on, I wouldn't hear it. It's a very long way away with a lot of buildings in the way. I didn't go outside today, so I didn't hear the F1. I just heard practice stuff in previous days. No, I definitely don't hear AFL. I only have Gucci toilet paper and face tissues. Overspend on the luxuries. Dude, treat yourself. You know, just don't be shy to give yourself a good time. Okay, that is definitely one of the better orange juice cocktails. And as I said, making the videos, telling the truth, I think the yellow chartreuse is doing the heavy lifting. So, yeah, that's a win. I call that a win. So, ooh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at things on my desk here. While James is playing Minecraft to watch 2 movies. Yeah, well, as I was messaging you earlier, Charlie, I started watching Megalopolis, and it's not worth it. It's not even funny bad. It's just like, this is not interesting. This is not engaging. I think when I switched it off, it was maybe 2/3 of the way through, but I had not been engaging with the last half hour of it. I just eventually went, this is just a silly movie. It is not at all good. I don't want to use up any more of my time on it. I might watch something tomorrow. So I did watch Fight or Flight yesterday, which was fun. They really want to do a sequel to it. It's very rare the setup for a sequel is that obvious. But yes, they desperately want to do a sequel for Fight or Flight. No spoilers, but I did like the twist in it. Like, I laughed out loud, not the internet LOL. I literally laughed out loud when there was this reveal. It's like, okay, that's pretty funny. Bloody Starbuck, Katie Sackhoff is in that. Damn, she's had a lot of cosmetic stuff. It makes her look a bit weird. I think she's done that thing, what do they call it? Buccal fat removal. They surgically remove naturally occurring fat in your cheeks, so your cheeks sink in, and you've got these cheekbones. Yeah, no, yeah. What was revealed in the yoga scene? Yeah, that made me laugh. Yeah, but Katie Sackhoff looks quite weird with the amount of not like grotesquely monstrous, like some people who have like the recent things of Jim Carrey. Oh my god, he's had too much cosmetic work done, and it's not good, and he just looks fucking unnatural. Actually, yeah, okay. The toad venom bit was funny. Again, a movie. Okay, like I was calling Megalopolis silly. It wasn't trying to be silly. It was trying to be portentous. I mean, they were being light-hearted in some bits, but it was trying to have meaning, and it doesn't. It doesn't have meaning. It's shallow and stupid, and none of the setup works. And I didn't engage. Like, it's got this fantastic cast, and I didn't give a shit. Like, I didn't engage with it at all. But Fight or Flight is an openly, deliberately silly movie, and they maintained their tone. I think that's the toughest thing with an action comedy, to maintain tone, and they did it really well. Fight or Flight, I give 3 stars. Quite entertaining, worth watching. Megalopolis gets 1. It's embarrassingly bad. So you like the original War of the Roses with the cast from Romancing the Stone. I saw that you were watching the one that's just called The Roses, isn't it? Not good. Okay. Okay. I mean, there are some things I would give 0 stars, Safa. I give Megalopolis 1 star for nice production design. Watch it because it's Jay Roach. Watch anything by Jay Roach. Well, yeah, not everyone. Bringing Francis Ford Coppola to mind. Not everything they do is good. Spielberg's had a few fizzes too. So has Scorsese, honestly. I think I'd probably call Scorsese the best director of the last 50 years. But he's had some misses. So I don't think Cadbury's an Australian company. So, Oh, that's right. You said that Splitsville movie was funny. All right. Well, I might watch something arty tomorrow. Might watch something trashy. Okay, so now you're doubly confusing me, Safa. Why not liking something not Australian would be un-Australian? Not that I like that term. Anyway, hey Justin, how you going? Since you added all those French films, Charlie, maybe I got to watch an arty French film. I watched another bit of this doco that's on Foxtel called "Women Make Film," narrated by God, now I'm blanking. Crazy European woman, blonde, almost albino. Mark loves the French films. Nice. It's a weird bunch of states have unrelated public holidays. Well, of course, you do get the states get to have a certain number of gazetted holidays, and they can call them whatever they want. Whether it was actual collaboration between the states or not, who knows? They might have said, look, why don't we all have a public holiday in the middle of March? And that'll maybe promote tourism. I don't know. But yeah, the doco Women Make Film has a lot of names that come up in your ones. Tilda Swinton, thank you. Yeah, I knew you'd know when I said European lady, blonde to the point of being albino. Tilda Swinton narrates it really seriously. But it's great because it's like film school. It's deconstructing. It's like, this is how to do dialogue. This is how to construct a scene. This is about framing. This is about editing. This is about dialogue. And just from women directors, a lot of whom are quite obscure. Others are, well-known ones, like that woman who was in the new wave of the French cinema. You put a couple of her films on. Yeah, this doco is good because it's like a mini film school. And it does sort of tell you, like, oh, maybe look out for that director. She's been mentioned a few times. So, yeah, I've been chill. Oh, I edited the book movie video. I'm pretty happy with it too, actually. Yes. Is her name Agnes? Varga is her surname, yeah. Yeah, she was in the episode of Women Make Film I watched today. She was mentioned multiple times. Yes, Agnes Varda. Her name is Agnes, now that I'm saying it out loud. Okay, so I'll share it. I got it here. Let's have a little interlude. It's only about 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. What am I doing? Present. Share a screen. Oh my God, what's it doing to me? It was working before. Wait. Continuing with my process of adding some of my favorite cocktail recipes to the book, today I'm doing one called the Homely Smoke. It was one of my favorites. Oh, there it is. So I have to push. Homely can have two meanings. Okay. Okay. Nice. Apparently I have to push play for StreamYard to see it. Oh, that could be a huge revelation. Okay. So I think I'm ready to go now. Share. Oh, no, wait. Stop sharing. I'm not sure I clicked the share audio. So I'm going to try again. Window. Oh, yeah, I don't think I did click share audio. That would have been a friggin' media player. So you're going to tell me if this works sound-wise and all. So I'll turn my mic off, and here we go. Fuck's sake. Sorry, there was a pop-up that got in the way that made me that was so fucking annoying. Trying yet again. Okay, share audio, share screen, hide, not stop, hide. Just do this to get it full screen. And away we go. Continuing with my process of adding some of my favorite cocktail recipes to the book, today I'm doing one called the Homely Smoke. It was one of my favorites from 2024. The word homely can have two meanings. It can mean somewhere that's quaint, comfortable, nice, like your own home. Or it can mean an unattractive person. I'm going to take a punt and say the name of the cocktail, Homely Smoke, is meant to evoke the first meaning, not the second, as in, this cocktail, it's warming and comforting, not, ugh, this cocktail, it's ugly. The name of the cocktail does give away there's going to be a smoky element. In this case, it's peated whiskey in the recipe. But the whole cocktail, it's a cognac base and it's warming, it's comforting, like the name suggests. It's got relaxing after dinner vibes. Imagine the perfect environment is like an old pub, wooden beams, big leather chairs, open fireplace. You know, a homely vibe. As I said, cognac base, but so that's brandy. Don't buy into the hype that cognac is automatically better than local brandies from anywhere else. It's good, and I am going to use a cognac, but if you have a local brandy that you like, or just from somewhere apart from the cognac region of France, use the one that you like. There's also amaretto in this character, which adds, I think, to the after-dinner desserty vibe of the whole drink. And while there is the smoky element from the peated whiskey, it's only a small part of the cocktail, so don't be scared to go with a really bold, extra smoky whiskey. Those are the main ingredients of the cocktail. Now we're going to bring it all together, and I'm going to show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of the brandy of your choice, then half an ounce or 15 mils of amaretto, then 1/4 ounce, around 7.5 mils of a peated whiskey, and then just 1 bar spoon, around 5 mils of honey syrup, and 1 dash of aromatic bitters. Add ice to the glass and stir it for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and I'm straining that into a chilled coupe. I've been really getting into mezcal cocktails lately, and with this element, the peated whiskey giving the smoke, I couldn't help thinking of what would it be like with mezcal? Better, worse, just different? So you know what? I'm doing it. So that's once more 1.5 ounces of brandy into the mixing glass, then half an ounce or 15 mils of amaretto, this time 7.5 mils, 1/4 ounce of mezcal, then again 1 bar spoon of honey syrup, and 1 dash of aromatic bitters. Once I start experimenting, I find it difficult to stop, and I thought maybe I should go the whole way. Maybe I should replace the brandy with another agave spirit, an aged or añejo tequila. So I'm doing that. Here we go. Into the glass this time, we do 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of añejo tequila, then half an ounce or 15 mils of amaretto, then 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of mezcal, and then 1 bar spoon, 5 mils of honey syrup, and just 1 dash of aromatic bitters. All that's left now is a taste comparison, and they look exactly the same. So I've taken some considerable trouble to make sure I don't mess them up. So this is my original recipe, Homely Smoke. It's every bit as good as I remember. This is essentially an old-fashioned variation, even though I'm serving it up like this. Split base spirits and amaretto is the main sweetener in there. So it is essentially an old-fashioned. It's so good. No wonder it made my top 10 in 2024. Now, the first taste comparison, the relatively subtle change, taking out the peated whiskey, putting in mezcal. Can I taste any difference? It is distinctly different, actually. Let's see if I can articulate how it's different. I think I prefer the mezcal one. It's a brighter, almost cleaner taste. They're both really good, though. Final taste comparison, the radical change where I've swapped out the cognac for an añejo tequila. That is unsurprisingly really different. Again, I'm going to do a direct taste comparison. Cognac. Oh, they're both bright. The cognac is fruitier. I think it's, because it's the wine-based brandy, some of that character is coming through, whereas the one with the tequila is a much lighter, brighter taste. I'm almost getting pineapple vibes from the sweetness in this one. I tell you what, they're all good. I don't think I can really nominate a favorite among them, but it just goes to show when you find a cocktail that works, that template is going to open the doors to lots of experimentation, and I'm a big fan of experimentation. I even went up looking up some Spanish to see what would be an equivalent term to homely smoke. So a colloquialism, that would be casa is house usually, but there is a more colloquial term, hogar. And so the two potential names, and I am not a Spanish speaker, so I have to check my notes. I could either call that humo hogañero, humo hogareño, or humo del hogar. Spanish speakers, feel free to tell me, shut the hell up, that's not how you pronounce them, what are you talking about? But also, if I got it right, or I got it appropriate, shall I say, the first one translates literally to home smoke, and the second one translates to smoke of the hearth, which is much more bringing in the vibe of the homely atmosphere. So I think that's the better name for it. In fact, smoke of the hearth is a great name for a cocktail, I think. Maybe I should try and come up with something for that. But that's been a really interesting exploration for me. I'm recording this on a Friday night. That's my excuse for making 3 reasonably strong cocktails because I don't have to be anywhere tomorrow. So that's me set for the evening. I hope you're looking after yourself wherever you are. Hope to see you again sometime soon. Until I do, I will say cheers. Okay. Yes, my microphone's back on. No, stop sharing. What are we doing? And yowza. He wasn't set for the... No, you're right. I had like 4 more drinks after that. Were you going Homo del Haga? That would be man of the hearth. Actually, I don't think I do have... That's a really good point, actually. That's what I really should do, just install VLC on here. Thank you, Sava. That is actually a good suggestion. I do on my PC. Yeah, it never even occurred to me on this one. But now you raise it up. I should actually do VLC. So yes, and also Safa, I did record that on Friday night's stream. I edited it today. Yeah, no, VLC just plays almost every codec. So I might have less problems if I install VLC. I won't do it now because downloading something would fuck up the bandwidth for the stream. So the clock was right twice a day. Yeah, well, that was actually a good tip, and honestly, it's something I should have thought of on my own. As soon as you mentioned it, I was like, yeah, what? Definitely, I should have VLC. Yeah, Safra, I'm just not going to download anything while I'm on stream. So when you say the clock that's right twice a day, I was talking about idiom the other day and how people say them wrong or misunderstand them, or they change so people say the opposite. What I was going to say with they're saying well, even a stopped clock is right twice a day, and it's still fucking useless because you don't know at what 2 times a day is useless. So yeah, Hannah, hello. How are you this fine evening? Nice to see you. Okay, it does feel a bit warm in here. I wonder is. What are you up to? 8:46. Do have a pink lemonade here. Kind of feel like having a pink lemonade. Then I might make a spiced brandy old-fashioned. Very good laugh over some International Women's Day. Oh, God, I can just imagine. What was it you saw? There is no ceiling fan anywhere in this house, Safa. There is air conditioning in this room. So, a streaming service you subscribe to had a feature of dramas. Oh, with strong female leads. Drum roll. What did they do that made you laugh? You have my attention. Main one, they featured a sociopathic actress manipulates men into committing crimes for her. Nice. Kind of reputation. You know what they should have done? There was a really good film from a few years ago called Promising Young Woman. And it's about this woman because a friend of hers was violently assaulted. She goes out at nights into clubs and bars and whatnot and acts really drunk. And if a predatory type of guy, tries to take her home, she'll go with him. But yeah, then again, when they're going to take advantage and assault her, she snaps out of it like not drunk. And if they're really bad, she kills them. It's wild. Tom Hanks was in the AFL at Sydney and did a goal sign like the umpires. Good for him. Is he doing a film or is he on holidays? God, it was like when he was in Australia during COVID and he ended up in hospital with COVID. I was going, oh, wow, the world is going to be so angry at us if we kill Tom Hanks. That's a real girl's girl. Women support women by being unhinged and deranged. Love it. Yeah, it's actually, it's quite a good movie. Because it really does delve into the morality of, should she really be doing this? But it doesn't cop out. It's actually really good. And God, the scenes where she instantly sobers up on guys is very funny. But yeah. So I thoroughly the movie is called Promising Young Woman. And it's got some real fucking mindfuck stuff in it. Like she doesn't just physically threaten guys. She does some psychological mind games at various points. Yeah. And if the men in power held men accountable, women would have to be deranged too. But it goes, it's about somewhere between 5 and 10 years old, Safa. So relatively recent. Let me see if I can. It's okay. It's a 2020 film, so I was right. Just over 5 years old. Bo Burnham's in it. I forgot Bo Burnham was in it, but he's in it. He's a supporting role. He's not a featured. Oh, speaking of Bo Burnham, apparently since doing the Inside specials for Netflix, and he's just like withdrawn from public life. It's like he doesn't want anything to do with all this bullshit, which, Oh God, now I want to look it up. When was the last time he performed live? Bo Burnham. Live. I'm just wondering if he is actually doing. Okay, is there anything on his stuff? Lives in Los Angeles. So he hasn't been doing anything since Inside. Okay. And okay, yeah, no, he seems to have withdrawn from public life. Fair enough. And how with the Super Baby update? Likes to dance, fan of 90s, 2000s pop, doesn't like J-Lo. Super Baby's got opinions. I'd expect nothing less from Super Baby to have strong opinions. Babies dancing is funny. It's always funny when they get the little wiggles going on, like, yeah. I dance like a baby. I dance like an old white man, basically. Just no coordination, no rhythm, no style. Apart from that, I'm awesome. You know, if you can overlook the fact I have no rhythm, no coordination, and no style, I'm a freaking great dancer. Oh, he does the baby version of Raise the Roof? Nice. As the other thing with Littlies, you teach them something, they'll do it. Celtic upload an angry dance video. I have alienated enough people over the years without doing that. So I don't see that happening. Mind you, there are actually probably some videos out there in the ether from YouTube events from, like 10 plus years ago where I'm in a place where there's music. Oh no. And you taught him to boss you around and he does it with enthusiasm. Yep. Littlies, they're sponges. They absorb anything you do or say. And if you teach them something, they go, cool, I'm doing that all the time now. It's just the way things are. Celtic, you want to find the video? I couldn't even point you in an appropriate direction. Like, because there were so many people would go to these events and upload different videos. They're not on my channel. Did nightclubs use patronage? I mean, I think the big thing is people got out of the habit of going out, obviously. But it's not like I have my finger on the pulse of nighttime entertainments for young folk. So I have no idea if clubs have bounced back or if they're still in the doldrums or which of these things is happening. Had the only video of you dancing. Entrance to your friend's wedding. Nearly got punched in the face by the groomsmen. Oh, yeah. Wedding parties doing coordinated dance steps is all a bit of worry. Do the young'uns go to a nightclub? Young Mr. Angry does sometimes, I think. He's the party animal of the family. So you entered with two groomsmen, basically had to duck as the camera pans across. Oh my God. Oh, holy shit, you added another 50 French movies. So I'm going to start watching them so I can be a wanky. I've been going to work. What do you need? I've been watching French films when you live because I'm sophisticated. So Henry, the dance steps wasn't even coordinated. His music, just have fun. Oh, Jesus. That's a recipe for disaster right there. Where's this coordinator? I think this needs to go around just a little bit like that. Be a bit more balanced. Peak French cinema. Oh, learn French? No, that's kowtowing to the frogs. Best film? Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to watch at least one tomorrow. I've got to look at all the stuff you've loaded and I've got to watch at least one. I will probably try and watch two. I love that you picked up on that, Dr. Abigail. For anyone who didn't pick up on it, when I made the theme for tonight, Happy International Women's Day, I was hoping to get some trolls in there. That's why I made the thumbnail. It's November 19th, you big whiny babies. International Men's Day, for anyone who didn't know. Your friend did Year 12 French and all sorts. Well, if you don't practice it, you'll forget it. And I used to like to tell people you watch foreign media, watch a drum about a woman that gets turned into a chicken nugget. Korea. That's definitely Korean, right? I do watch some Korean media. My young'uns are super into it. There's just so much of it. Like some of the Korean horror is great. Of course, the pinnacle was Squid Games, which I think also the sequel series of Squid Games was really good. And they did actually set it up for there to be an American Squid Games. I have not heard for sure if that's going to happen, but they definitely did a thing where they're setting up a Squid Game happening in the US. Yeah, the Korean dramas are definitely addictive. I've watched bits a lot, lots of them. The Korean horror is usually pretty freaking good too. And I would agree, Dr. Abigail, stuff from the USA is technically foreign media. Some of it very foreign, honestly. And there's a great movie called Officer Black Belt. Gets really excited about being allowed to taser someone. Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all get very excited at being allowed to taser someone? I started watching a couple of the Korean horrors that were on Netflix, and I didn't keep it up, even though they looked interesting and promising. I did watch all of Zombie High School, called All of Us Are Dead, because I kind of like the name of it. But it was really good, bleak Korean horror. They do a few zombie-ish ones. The movie Train to Busan is really good. So Officer Black Belt's a little dark. Monitoring criminals with electronic tags. They're all sex-based. Oh no. Oof. Yeah, that's sounding troubling right about there. They also do a lot of. There was a demonic one, and the premise was what appears to be happening is demons appearing and carrying off people who have sinned. And it looked like they were setting up some very interesting stuff, and I don't know, got distracted, stopped watching it. So, hopefully, the one you suggest is not really Korean horror, more like Korean Terminator. Nice. And then offers a black belt following a dude is a prolific offender. Oh, yeah. Well, I imagine there's a whole revenge thing. Okay, I think I can hear fireworks again. Why am I hearing fireworks every goddamn night? I get stabbed. Fights a guy with his stab vest on. Sticks his tongue out when the guy tries to stab him. That's very Korean. Okay, so the fireworks are louder over your part of town, Abigail? Maybe those are at the football. I don't know. Is Moomba on, Greg? Okay, so Moomba will be much closer to Dr. Abigail's place than mine. They're going off quite consistently. Moomba, the street Mardi Gras. And you think there's fireworks all the time because a professional pyro lives around the corner, sets them off in parks for fun. There's a place in Melbourne because you have to get a license to be a professional pyrotechnician. There's a place in Melbourne that does the classes for it, and they also sell the pyrotechnics. I feel like that's a conflict of interest because you have to pass the test to be able to buy stuff from them. They've got a financial interest in you passing the test. I have a suspicion their pass rate might be 100% because it's like, done the test. Now, can I buy a bunch of stuff that blows up? Yes, you can, legally. Where, when I was at uni, one of the film lecturers, they wanted to use replica firearms for a video, but even to do that, they had to have a firearms license. So they went down to the police station. This is in the 80s, right? Went down to the police station to do a test. And he says, I swear to God, the questions were along the lines of, and they were multiple choice, like, why should you not mix alcohol and firearms? And it's like, A, you might spill your drink. B, alcohol could ruin the finish on your rifle. C, alcohol can impair your judgment and make you unsafe. He was going like the questions were that easy, and they were multiple choice. So he could and he gets 20 out of 20. And the copper taking goes, oh, you're the first one in ages to get a perfect score. And he laughed and went, hey, good one. And the cop goes, no, that wasn't a joke. Most people don't get a perfect score. He's going, oh, God, and you give them licenses anyway. Oh, my fucking God. And your brother was a pyro, used to get hired by the touring productions. Yeah, you have to, it's a good way to get work, to have a pyrotechnics license. If there's a detonation in the show, they had to have someone. Theatre, Cirque du Soleil, concerts. Yeah. Plus, you get to blow things up when you're a licensed pyro. Okay, these, I suppose, is it the last night of Moomba tonight? There are a lot of fireworks going off tonight. Oh. So I think if I won Lotto, I'd buy a house that had a view of the Melbourne CBD skyline. So I'd always see these fireworks shows. Every now and then, so I'm bored like through news sites, and they have real estate listings for places I will never be able to afford. But sometimes it's really cool. Like, oh, look, you can get on the roof. Like, it's a two-story place and you can get on the roof and you have a view straight to the city. So that's definitely where I'd make my cocktail videos. I'd set up on the roof and do a bunch of stuff. How do you did sexual harassment training at work? Scenarios are obvious. You think no one get them wrong, but some people do. Yeah, I mean, oof. That's another one where you don't want to hear how many people don't get a good score. It's like, oh, that is troubling. Your old house had a view of the city far enough back it wasn't expensive. Dude, from the veranda, if you climbed out the bedroom window, you could see the entire skyline. Neat. Yeah, the places I've seen listed that would fit that criteria, and even when there are a few suburbs out, I think they tend to be in the $3 to $5 million range. So it's like, not for me. Damn. Because there's not many hills in Melbourne, because that would be the other thing. If you were on higher ground than the city, you'd have a better view. It's kind of where you were in relation to the bend in the river. You saw the fireworks from both bends of the river. Nice. I have to admit, there was this one place, Entertainer's Delight, that was feature was in Hawthorne, which is not an area I particularly want to live. But man, this house ticked a few boxes for me. Some of the Melbourne CBD is not hilly. Inclines are not hills. And your friends had an apartment on the river, eye level, with the fighter jets steering the river. Wowzers. Oh, God. Again, the air show for the Grand Prix today. The jets went screaming over my house. I was kind of tempted to go out and look and see how close they were. They were clearly very close. Hey Pat, how you doing? I remember one year when I lived in East St Kilda. It's in the shops on Carlisle Street, and these jets went, and it was just a practice thing the day before the Grand Prix, the Saturday, and they went screaming over, and they were really low, and I couldn't help thinking because there's a lot of Eastern European migrants in that area, and some of them would have fled from war zones. So I feel like this was maybe traumatizing people, having fighter jets screaming overhead really low. Oh no, Pat had a bad day. What happened, mate? Don't like to hear about you having bad days. I mean, I don't want you to shy away from sharing. Attending your school was in the city right on the river. River fire practice used to take you by surprise. Middle of school day, walls are rattled. Yeah. All right. You couldn't hear the person sitting next to you emailing, oh, that's right, it's river fire tomorrow. Getting the practice. Yeah. No, Safa, Greg answered the fireworks Amoomba. There's probably a lot of hoons in Carlton celebrating the Grand Prix. My favourite pizza place just had ridiculous amounts of Ferrari memorabilia on the wall. Very tacky. Oh, Jesus. No, that's really... Jesus, Pat, damn. Girlfriend's ex-boyfriend attacked it. No, that's bad. Well, I hope he's being dealt with. Like, I hope the cops came into it. That is bad. No wonder you're having a bad day, mate. That's some nasty shit. Joy. Price of real estate was depressing 10 years ago. Oh, it's horrific is what it is now. And because I've been in Melbourne like in 27 years, absolutely kicking myself that I didn't get into real estate when I moved here, because places have doubled and tripled in that time. Pat, you're going to kick his ass? Someone ought to kick his ass, mate. Safa, I didn't say I didn't like Hawthorne. I just said I have no real desire to live there. It's just not. It's not a part of the city I'm familiar. It's mainly I'm not familiar with it. The young ones were living over that way for a while. I'm just looking for black walnut. I'm in a black walnut kind of mood. Yeah, well, Hannah, I think Brisbane's more expensive than Melbourne now. Brisbane real estate prices are out of control. I feel like you don't mind Hawthorn, but you hate the Hawk supporters. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably adapt to living in Hawthorn quite quickly. Like I said, this all relies on me winning lotto. So, yeah, I know, Dr. Abigail, this guy doesn't know who he's messing with Pat. And if people can't afford to live there and move further out, it drives up all the prices. Like some of the country towns, because a lot of people during COVID decided I can work remotely. I'm going to go live in a country town, and real estate in country towns went through the roof. I remember out Dubbo way. I'm trying to remember what town it was, but a mine opened. Like apparently, there's a really lucrative mine opened, and was employing a lot of people, and they needed somewhere to live. And so they started buying up houses in this town. And like, this is a small town. No real estate scene to speak of. Then suddenly, the houses were in demand. The prices skyrocketed. So people who never thought they'd sell their house were selling their house for like 4 or 5 times more than they thought it was worth. But then, like, the locals had nowhere to live. Like, the town couldn't exist because no one except the people working for the mining company could afford accommodation there. And so something that was supposed to be a boom for the town turned out to be a huge friggin' problem. Oh yeah, Eljoy, the real estate is just absolutely horrific. See, I'm old enough to remember it being newsworthy the first time a terrace house in Paddington sold for $1 million. Like 5 million plus now. Remember, like a waterfront apartment on Circular Quay. Oh, it's a penthouse. It's $1 million. It'd be 10 million now. It's ridiculous. And if they did that in your dad's country town, bought 4-bed, 5-acre property for $340K. Yeah, now places are going close to $1 million. Actually, now I just for fun want to look up real estate. Paddington. Sydney real estate prices. Okay, realestate.com.au. Let's have a fucking look. Properties for sale in Paddington. Ooh, an apartment for $750,000 on Moore Park Road. Here we go. A terrace on Windsor Street, Paddington. How much is that going for? It's an auction. They're not going to give you a hint. Monthly repayments of $25,000 they're expecting. Okay, yeah, 5 million. So that's like the median for that era. You need $1 million deposit to get this place. So yeah, and that's a very average terrace in Paddington now is 5 million. I remember when it was newsworthy that it was 1 million for the most expensive. And the most depressing thing to search Brisbane homes less than $1 million, see what they're like. Oof. Okay, so now your girlfriend's going to have a good day because you're going to be looked after, Pat. Yeah, there are $1 million homes in Dubbo, Safa. We looked at that at one point. Oh yeah, actually, Eljoy, Broken Hill probably is terrible real estate. Real estate prices for fun. Well, it is more than a tad depressing, let's be honest. Dubbo Real Estate Agency website. For sale. Yep. There's a place going for $1 million. Look, I'll just show you. Straight away found a place going for $1 million in Dubbo. Hannah, you can get a shitbox of house for $900K in India. Place people joke about shittiest part of Brisbane. Oh, Inala. Okay. Abigail in West Dubbo. East Dubbo. This is West Dubbo I always make fun of. Oh damn. Okay. So I'll show you. This is Dubbo real estate. So this one is, I don't even know that street. Kalmusi Drive. Where's that? Blue Ribbon location. 5 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 car garage, $1 million. Jesus fuck. Oh, Delroy, that's West Dubbo. Jesus, he's going to pay $1 million to live in West Dubbo. Fuck's sake. I'm going to get in so much trouble for shitting on West Dubbo sometimes. Under contract. God, that's Geary is a shitbox little town, half an hour outside of Dubbo. $500,000 for a house in Geary. Fuck off. Okay, that's the $1 million one I was looking at. It's an apartment. $1.5 million. Also, that house is ugly as fuck. Just throwing it out there. That house is super fucking ugly. Offers invited. That looks like a warehouse. Seriously, do we get a floor plan of this one? Oh, intergenerational ready. So there's an upstairs isolated apartment where you can lock your parents in. It's got a swimming pool. It's got a big fucking yard. Big open kitchen. God, it's so fucking bland though. Ugh. Oh, this is just depressing, but that's $1.5 million, honestly. Hey, and popcorn. No, we're just talking about how insane real estate prices are. Safa, welcome to the new world that younger people can't afford a place on their own. So it's intergenerational. Like, yeah, mum and dad will use your money. We'll lock you in the upstairs bit. It's just like doing my head in. $1.5 million house in fucking Dubbo. Jesus Christ. Now, popcorn, where are you? What's it's the worst? I mean, suburb I'm in is the worst. Oh, you put the link. Thank you, Hannah. Okay. Where is it? Go on, open link. Okay, so let's have a look at this place that Hannah's shown, which is in Brisbane. In Barden. Okay, let's just, so you can see better. Oops, what are we doing? Okay. 7 bedrooms? Huge rambling house. 3 bathrooms, 1 car spot. Okay. $1,000 rental income. It got sold in 2025 for 1.8 million. Are there more photos? Because you can't even see the house there. Oh, that bit looks nice. So this is a real, oh, geez, this is a real old Queenslander, isn't it? All wood. Union Jack flag for some reason. Oh, it's not coming across as spacious, I'll say that much. That's the floor plan. 7 bedrooms, apparently. So it's like it's not even the classic Queenslander now I look at it. So it's a weird old weatherboard house. Damn. That is a bit depressing. Main house and 2 units. Elder, I heard of Gary Stevenson. That's a vaguely familiar name. Okay, Neon Popcorn, you're now thinking yours is not so bad? Washington by Tacoma. Australian real estate. Also, it is worth pointing out, Neon Popcorn, that's in Australian dollars, which is worth only about 2/3 of an American dollar. Yeah, another intergenerational one, 7 bedrooms. Does it say the units are not in a usable condition? So if you're going to buy that for $2 million, you also then have to spend some tens of thousands of dollars on renovation. You had a friend who lived in one of them 25 years ago and it was almost unlivable. Oh my God. So it's going to sell for $2 million and it sounds like tens of thousands up to $100,000 to bring it up to spec. Jesus. Oh, we truly live in the darkest timeline. Oh, that's awful. So it's the land. All right. So you reckon someone will buy it because it's on a pretty big block. So you reckon someone will buy it and demolish it and put units up? Even in this neighborhood, close to the train station, they let people build units. But around here, if someone sells one of the older houses, like early to mid 20th century houses, they almost definitely knock the house down and build townhouses on it. As I say, close to the train station, they can get away with actually doing a block of flats. So you drove past it yesterday. It looked like they were prepping to renovate the house front, put a new building next to it. Okay. There's just, like, I've been here 9 years now. If I sign a lease, when it next comes due, that will be the 10th year here. The owner will try and put the rent up astronomically again, and I'll fight again, and they'll go, oh, we'll only put up this. So, yes, the rent is more than half my monthly income. But they're not joking when they say other places are much more expensive. They are. It's just because we've been in here for so long, the rent's only gone up incrementally. But when places get flipped around here, the rent, like this is a 5-bedroom house, and 3-bedroom houses are more expensive here. Do I miss the shed, Heine? Not really, because I stopped doing that type of video. I've been super happy with the young'uns moving out. Took over my son's bedroom to turn it into a bar. Oh, I knew the name, Eljoy. Gary Stevenson does the economic message, tax wealth, not work. Yes. No, I like his videos. No, Safa, when I moved in 9 years ago, the rent here was normal. It's just because I've stayed here for so long. Every time someone moves out of a place, it's like the rent jumps 20%. So now there's a storage facility in your place. They sold it, they're going to put 400 units on it. Jesus Christ, that's a whole fucking suburb. Hannah, Brisbane, everything is ridiculous. Parking is insane. Oh, yeah, no, Neon Popcorn, rent's terrible. See, oh, nice. You watched the Tim Ferguson one? Yeah, it was a good chat. He's a good talker. I think Charlie is doing an edited version. Like, we talk for an hour and a half. Charlie's trying to edit down a half-hour version to be a bit punchier. But it was a fun thing to have him on and just have a big rambling talk. Mrs. Angry actually owns 2 units or has mortgages on 2 units because she was living in a unit when we got together, and she rents it out because, we needed more space for all the young'uns. The retirement plan is to move into her unit. So won't be paying rent anymore, just be paying maintenance and rates, which is not nothing. Yeah, you set yourself a bit of a job to edit it, so good luck with that, absolutely. Hannah, street park in the CBD, $30 an hour. Well, that's kind of crazy. I think it can cost you $10 an hour in Melbourne. Yeah, like I said, I think Brisbane's more expensive than Melbourne now. Justin, you'd say housing prices are doing long-term damage, LNP vote, preventing young people from accumulating wealth. That is so far down the list of things I even consider. And I know what you're saying. I think it's fucking destroying society is what I think it's doing. Your retirement plans are publicly funded mental health. I have 2 alternate retirement plans. One is winning lotto. 2 is the complete collapse of society, so money doesn't matter anymore. I know which one I think is the more likely by orders of magnitude, actually. So, Mrs. Angry got really lucky with her unit. It's a little 2-bedroom thing in a small block. And I don't know, she just went out looking on a day, I think as when the Sydney Olympics was on, and there was not much interest. And so she got it for below market value for East St Kilda. And in the intervening decades, it's just it would cost so much more now. I'm Pokemon. No, I don't have a panic bunker. I'm just going full Mad Max, hit the highways. Well, that's nice, Justin. Your parents are able to provide some support. I'm like, Batman, both my parents are dead. And we were never rich. Yes, renting in a capital city in Melbourne. Oof. Yeah, I was just saying to everyone, we're coming up on, if we get an offer of a lease renewal, it'll be the 10th. So we'll be coming into our 10th year, which is good because under Victorian tenancy laws, well, there's no carpet here. It's wooden flooring everywhere. But the walls, the paint, it depreciates at 10% a year. So after 10 years, they go, well, if you, the landlord, says you need to repaint, you can't charge the tenant because we say it's depreciated down to 0. So yeehaw. And a life behind bars might be financially viable. Don't have the necessary gumption to do what's needed to get there. Sorry. I just thought of 10 things I'd be willing to do to end up behind bars. And they are things I can't say out loud because saying them out loud is probably enough to get me behind bars. I love the way you phrase that, Justin. If I showed you my super balance, you'd know why I shouldn't show anyone my super balance. Well, yeah, good for you, man. Sorry, now Popcorn, what's not mentioned in your world? Oh, no, Hannah. The things that immediately popped into my head to land long enough. Luigi Mangione. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, Conditions of the Walls. Okay, so Neon Popcorn, I only know that because the last place we rented for 10 years, and the landlord was a fucking piece of shit, and he paid the real estate agent to be absolute pieces of shit. And he actually tried to say we owed him $20,000 for renovations. We had to go to VCAT, the Victorian Consumer Affairs Tribunal, and the person running the thing had to keep telling them, like, no, paint and carpet depreciate at 10% a year. So they're in their 10 years. So I don't care that you're saying you have to replace the carpet. I don't care that you're saying you have to repaint it. It's zero. It's not worth anything after 10 years. So they got told to fuck off, basically. And it shouldn't show you super balance because then they'd know you have no power. Dr. Abigail, you'd be a superstar in post-collapse. Well, I'm just going to keep watching Mad Max Fury Road as an instructional training video, basically. When the gangs take over the highway, remember he's on your side. That's the tagline for the original Mad Max, which I haven't watched in a little while. I watched it so much in the early days of home video in the 80s. The fun thing, about a worst case scenario societal collapse is the preppers who think they're ready, they'll be dead in the first year because they've got this really stupid idea of being loners. So you only survive in something like that if you form a community. So all these idiot preppers who have, food and weapon supplies, they'll die alone, and then you just go plunder their stuff. I'm really going to raid the old ladies' houses. I'm in the right suburb for that, honestly. Do I have a battery-powered AM/FM radio? Not so much. Non-popcorn, bonkers, just part of the lease. They're family-friendly, so don't experience that. But most cases, the walls and floors are not within expectations. They can lose their deposit. I mean, if you've damaged, you'd be responsible for the damage. But this is literally just like a landlord saying, I have to replace the carpets, I have to repaint. VCAT said, yeah, after 10 years you do, honestly. I should get one for the apocalypse. Thanks, honey. I do actually agree with Justin. Doomsday prepping, go to New Zealand. When I had a holiday in New Zealand, I looked and all the dumb ground-dwelling animals and the massive supply of fresh water, definitely go to New Zealand. Oh, no. Your hex balance was higher than super. Oh, that's nasty. And you got a farm in the middle of nowhere, completely self-sustainable. Nice. Plans everyone to know, just move, start your own community. That's the way to go. Hi, Kirsty. How are you this evening? It's only 9:30. And tomorrow's a public holiday. I don't know how long I'm going tonight. If we've got a vibe, if we've got a thing and we're rolling, I might go a bit. I'm not going to go super late. I don't want to get wasted. But I might go a bit late. Ooh, you know what I want to do? I want to go and get some more eggnog. I had some of my eggnog the other night. Was it Friday night that I had eggnog? It was so fucking good. Still not feeling good, Kirsty. That's no good. No, popcorn, a little bit different here if they're actively renting. The management have a different lease. Need to give notice, not change anything. Okay. Oh, yeah, no. I make eggnog. I inspired by Alton Brown's aged eggnog recipe. It gets better the longer you leave it. My eggnog is now about 3 months old, 2 or 3 months old. It's fucking fantastic. I don't even remember how I made it. I think it's tequila based. It's really fucking good. So Hannah, your farm produce, meat, bore water, solar power. That's, fucking great. It's far right off way. No one gives a shit. No one's going to bother you in the middle of central Queensland. Oh, yeah. Neon popcorn. If you ever want to experiment with homemade eggnog, follow Alton Brown's aged eggnog recipe. It's friggin' awesome. Except his default recipe, it's huge. Like, I cut it in half and I still make like 2 liters. So his default recipe seems to make about 4 liters. Just cut it in half. And I often do it with a mix of whiskey, brandy, and rum. I think this one was a mix of tequila and rum. I genuinely don't remember though. Super fucking yummy. Anyway, now I've said it out loud, I think I do want to go out and get some of my eggnog because it's super fucking yummy. So I feel like Bob Catter's got his own farm, his own community. Yeah, I'm going to go out and get some of my eggnog. It'll just take a minute. I was going, well, should I put the video on? It's going to take probably less than a minute to get it. So I'm just going to do it. Unless Mrs. Angry sees me doing it and wants some for her some too. Well, here we go. Eggnog. Started financially messing with alcohol and cooking. Cooked rum into burgers. Honestly, that sounds good. You see, this is a sort of light brown color. I used raw sugar in this. If you used caster sugar, it would be lighter. Sometimes I use brown sugar, so it's even darker. Justin, speaking of New Zealand, is there an election coming up? Calls for the Conservative. He's a piece of shit. God, he's just an absolute cunt. Like, the majority of New Zealanders were on board with a really nice coexistence, Maori and non-Maori, and that Conservative PM just like wants to do Trumpy shit, and he's so divisive and so destructive. He's such a piece of shit. Oh my God, that's so fucking good. Creamy. I mean, what? I'd have to stretch my memory a bit to what I put in here. Because like I said, I use Alton Brown's recipe as the starting point, but I improvise quite a bit. Milk, cream, condensed milk. Sometimes I do condensed coconut milk. Oh my God, this is just so fucking yummy. Oh, I feel like this is not as boozy as some of the eggnogs I've made because I take it into work sometimes, and for a special event at work, like, hey, I made eggnog for Christmas in July. And everyone always says how strong it is. And I'm like, oh, you're a bunch of lightweights. Well, hopefully the Conservatives won the last election. New Zealand has regularly had quite conservative governments. It swings back and forth, same as Australia. But like this is what I was saying. New Zealand, the majority of New Zealanders were really on board with this coexistence with Maori and non-Maori. But yes, Jacinda Ardern had a couple of terms as Prime Minister. She's progressive. She left politics. Her party lost the subsequent election, and the Conservative Prime Minister is just fucking garbage. He is such a piece of shit. Like I said, just doing Trumpy bullshit. I'm popcorn saying my workmates are lightweight to being a housemaid. I'm just saying they're lightweights. And yes, Home for the Elderly, Jacinda Ardern was pretty progressive. And yes, she's moving to Australia. Sorry, I always feel somewhat awkward, like I'm being too vain, like when something I made myself, that every time I sip it, I want to say how good it is. But it's so good. Oh, I think she would have lost the election if she'd stayed. She was just like done with it. And there was, kind of like, COVID lockdown backlash and all that sort of shenanigans. But like she copped so much shit. She was just like, yeah, cool. You know what? I'm quitting a winner. And she retired. And the Conservatives won the next election. And like, I've said it a few times, but I'll say it again. New Zealand's Conservative Prime Minister is a steaming bag of shit. Like, he is awful. That's so fucking good. And it's really deceptive because it's not super duper boozy, but it's reasonably boozy. I know it's like half alcohol. So this would be about 15% alcohol, I think. Oh my God, the temptation to keep drinking it, yeah. Then I'd be fucking gone. Justin saying NZ Parliament has seats specific for Maori. Oh my God, there was a great video from the New Zealand Parliament where a young Maori woman in the Parliament, because the government was doing some real fucked move, and she had the proposed with his emotion or the act that whatever the proposal was for the government printed out, and she just stood up and ripped it and then started a haka, and all the Maori and they joined. It was fucking awesome. And she got censured for doing that. And yes, Neon Popcorn, staying hydrated is important. Helljoy, just can't have a crocodile on his property to blame societal collapse on. I mean, he can blame crocodiles pretty easily. God, I will never forget how insane that particular news grab was when he's saying he doesn't care about marriage equality. Like, well, let anyone marry anyone. Let love bloom in 1,000 different colors, but I'm not spending any time like it. Every 2 weeks, someone's torn to pieces by a crocodile, which A, is not true, but the way he flipped from being really magnanimous and, love whoever you want to love, and it's just like a switch went off in his head, and his whole tone of voice and demeanor changed. Every 2 weeks, someone's torn to pieces by a crocodile. I was like, dude, you seem insane. Justin, you reckon the Maori are why New Zealand didn't become an Australian state? Well, there was a treaty with them. I mean, the colonizers fucking abused the treaty like nobody's business. That was his line, may 1,000 blossoms bloom. The way he flipped, it's like, I genuinely think Bobcat has got kangaroos loose in the top paddock. It's weird, like in terms of a politician. Okay, this is my possibly controversial take. I think Bobcat broadly has more integrity with how he approaches politics and the representation of his electorate. I think he broadly has more integrity than a significant majority of politicians of all stripes. It's just that he has a couple blind spots, and like his fundamental. I disagree with his fundamental politics, but that's okay. People can have different opinions, but he comes out with the crazy shit. See, I'm Popcorn heading out. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi. Appreciate it. What's the time? Oh, mate. You know, the other thing I have out there that I haven't had in ages is my freezer martini. I'm kind of tempted to revisit my freezer martini. That's going to give me a good fucking night's sleep if I do that. I tell you what. But again, I can do that and get a good night's sleep because I don't have to be anywhere tomorrow. Joy, he did vote against marriage equality. Oh, yeah, no. Again, because he talks shit. My favorite thing about him saying, because he's actually convinced there's no one gay in his electorate. Where it's like, what I just like, yeah, Bob, I'm going to open an app called Grinder. Justin, New Zealand was almost an Australian state. Legitimate concerns that will lead to civil war in New Zealand. Oh, you say there's no guarantee Australia would respect Maori rights. I think there is 100% guarantee that Australia would definitely not respect Maori rights. I use all of colonial history as my yardstick for that. Oh God, I saw this hilarious / fucked up thing on Twitter the other day. Some brain dead racist fucking moron. And he's posting a thing, an event that happened in the Frontier Wars. I think it was in Queensland, where some Aboriginal people killed a bunch of white people. And they posted it as like, oh, you know, the Aboriginals killed. Well, they leave this out of their Dreamtime stories, don't they? It's like this dead shit's like he's okay. Everything horrible we did to Aboriginal people is justified because there was incidents of Aboriginals killing white people, and he's and I go, yeah, dude, what happened before that and what happened after it? And surprise, surprise, what happened before this was some white farmers just randomly killed some Aboriginal people, and so the subsequent killing was retaliatory. And what happened after it? The whites killed probably hundreds of Aborigines in retaliation. It's just like these people are so fucking stupid. Just the Maori won rights, but we're against the British. Yeah, there's a treaty which, huge surprise, the colonizers continually failed to abide by and fucked over the Maori repeatedly. But by the same token, by a lot of measures, the Maori have things significantly better than Australian Aborigines, which again was because the British had a lot of trouble defeating them by force of arms. It's like if Iran really had nuclear weapons, the US and Israel would not have attacked them. Mrs. Angry's got her brain zapping happening. She's hoping it helps with her migraines. You know what? I'm feeling dangerous, cavalier, and reckless. I think I will get my freezer martini just because I haven't had it in the longest time. I don't even know how long. A year, maybe? I don't know. It's just been in the freezer. It started off as a bottled martini from Four Pillars, but I did top it up a couple of times, make it stronger, I think. I say Maori forced draw on conflict by using trench warfare with Western weapons. Yeah, basically, the British couldn't subdue them by force of arms. Oh my God. These Australian politics pictures from Strictly Sega, Home for the Elderly. Where are we? Yes, Tony Abbott eating the onion. Oh, so when will politicians that's like Bill Shorten eating a sausage sanger and looking weird. Never eat in front of photojournalists, you will always look bad. It's just like naturally eating stuff gets captured in a photo, you're going to end up looking weird. Just part of Maori unified group. Well, also much, 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 much smaller space. And yes, Australian Aborigines, dozens of nations. And there were different languages, different cultures. That you're absolutely right, Justin. Because it's not like Australian Aborigines weren't warlike. Like the frontier wars continued into the 20th century. Armed resistance on the perimeter of colonized lands. Doesn't really get taught much in Australia, but it was real and it happened. And now, see, once an idea gets in my head, that's it. It's done. I'm definitely going to go get my freezer martini. Oh, and I might even top it up. You know what? I'm feeling devilish. I'm feeling devil may care. I'm thinking no one can stop me. All right. I'm going to go get my freezer martini, and then I might even top it up. Okie dokie. Ooh, I might put some chartreuse in this actually. Okay. This was originally a bottled double gin martini from Four Pillars. I think it was their fucking low contrast text again. I'm sober as a newt. Yep. LJOA, politicians need to eat. Photojournalists should have better taste. Oh, yeah, no. I agree. It's not the fault of the politicians. It's the fault of the media. Native Hawaiians also, to a large extent, got a better deal from being cohesive and warlike. So it was olive Olive leaf gin and fresh yuzu gin. I have some of the yuzu. I think I have the olive leaf gin too, for that matter. Anyway, I'm not even going to put it in a martini glass. I'm going to put it over ice. Fuck it. Because it's kind of funny how often Maori get cast to play Hawaiians in American shows. Like, I need to get back to watching Chief of War, the Jason Momoa led show. Half the cast of Maori playing Hawaiians. Whew, that's good. Ugh. That is actually really good. Why am I not having that more often? Also, I'm definitely going to top up the thing, put it in the freezer. So I have my freezer martini ready to go. Dang, y'all. I think maybe I was toying with putting some yellow chartreuse in. I don't think I will. I think I'll just put some gin and vermouth. Yeah, looking, I do have the olive leaf gin there. I've got the olive leaf gin and I've got the yuzu gin. Yeah, you top it up. Just more native Hawaiians living outside of Hawaii than inside Hawaii because they're expensive. Of course, because it became a resort thing. And, you know, the native Hawaiians had their land rights fucked over. That's the trouble when your home becomes a fucking resort. Get priced out of it pretty goddamn quick. There was an interesting one. There's an island off the coast of LA, Catalina Island, rich people's playground. I did a tour of it one time when I was over there, get a ferry over there, get a tour around Catalina Island. Rich people all go over there and do rich people shit. But of course, they need average people to serve them. They need people doing the jobs. And so if you work on the island, there is subsidized housing. So, because otherwise you can have things. So, Eljoy, 10 o'clock's your pumpkin o'clock. You're middle-aged. Oh, sorry to all the kick-ass middle-aged legends out there. It can sound late. No. It's normally my pumpkin o'clock as well, Eljoy, so I'm with you. But it's a public holiday tomorrow. I don't have to get up. Justin, I agree. I think New Zealand, except it maybe gets much colder than they used to. But yeah, just culturally and affordability-wise, I can absolutely see how native Hawaiians could see New Zealand as a good option. Oh, that's actually really good. And also probably really strong. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful. Oh god, there's one at one point I maintained a freezer martini for several years and I was drinking it regularly and I would just top it back up. So it was always changing form because I'd put different gins and different vermouths in it. At one point it went a bit, so I just finished it off. I thought, okay, whatever. I think something's gone weird with. Actually, I think what I did was clarify it to get rid of some of the extremes in taste. But I maintained it for a few years. So, not bad at all. Also, do you notice I cleaned up the bed? Look, I'm going to temporarily get rid of the comments on screen just to show off. I cleaned up the bed. Okay, so that's my GoPro that's just there, and the book's just there. But I cleaned up the bed today. I just felt compelled to do it because it had been all fucked up for ages. So someone validate me. I still have the idea of organizing the Forbidden Cupboard of Mystery with all the liqueurs, actually just putting them in alphabetical order so it'd be easier for me to find things. I might do it tomorrow. That seems like a public holiday thing to do. Or now. I could do it now. What would there be? There'd be Amaro, and then Amaretto, and then banana. I'm thinking, what else is B? Banana liqueur? And the C's we'd get like creme de cacao and curacao. Actually, maybe I put blue, B for blue curacao up front. It's B for blue, not C for curacao. These are the thoughts that occupy my mind. How can I arrange my liqueurs to make them easy to get? Dr. BR, 10 out of 10 manning. Man, the shit out of my basic responsibility. I cleaned. Yeah, I don't. Okay, weirdly, we have our divisions. I do the dishwasher. Mrs. Angry mows the lawn. That's just how we've divvied up things in the house. And our robot does all the floor cleaning now. We were both incredibly lax on floor cleaning. So we're quite fond of our robot because robot keeps the floors clean now. But you're right, Dr. Ariel. That was my contribution to International Women's Day, cleaning up my own filth. I used to do all the household laundry, but Mrs. Angry said I kept mixing up her undies and young Miss Angry's undies, so she wanted to do her own. So we just do our own now. I am but a poor frail, and that was not weaponized incompetence. That was actual, genuine, unintended incompetence, which is more defensible, honestly. It was just, sorry, I don't know whose undies these are. I just know they're a woman's undies. So that's the way it went. Oh, that's some nice booze. You went there, Abigail. You keep mixing up your own and Mrs. Angry's underwear all the time. Completely understandable, given the circumstances under which the underwear is removed. Dare I say frantic? I don't know. I don't know the words, is what I'm saying. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. So done. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of fun. And I'm going to top up the freezer martini. All right. I didn't get a fucking... I can probably do it without a funnel. Famous last words. It's still 2/3 full. All right. Fuck it. Let's fucking go. Okay. So they had usage in the original one. Let's put a bit of usage in here. No, I can't. I was just looking at it going, I'm just going to make it. Oh, I've got little funnels here. Maybe I can do it without causing absolute catastrophe. Let's see how this goes. Tiny little funnel. Okay, I am making a mess, but not as bad as I thought it might be. I want to get some Navy Strength gin. It's just a teeny bit of Navy Strength gin left in this one. Gonna put that in. That is just a teeny bit. Am I out of Navy Strength gin now? Man's got to have Navy Strength gin in case the Navy come around. Put that back on. Maybe I'll go to Dan's tomorrow. I like to. Archie Rose Distiller Strength. That's not quite Navy Strength. 52, not 58. 57, 58 is Navy Strength. Never Never. Ooh, beeswax and olive gin. Damn. Do have some nice gins here. All right, so it's meant to have the olive leaf gin in here. Let's do a bit more olive leaf gin. Okay, and I just put a little bit of my vermouth alternative in. Lillet Blanc. Benoit Blanc. All right. Which one's which? That goes there. This goes here. I'm going to have a little taste, just a little taste of this remix one to see if it tastes different. And then I honestly might go to bed. Unless there's anything anyone wants to talk about. All right. Give that a little stir. See what that is like. I'm a little bit drunk because I'm singing everything I'm doing. Damn, I think that improved it. I think that's better. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, that tastes better. I should put a little bit of bitters in there too. I got my orange bitters out. Just a little bit. A couple dashes of bitters. Give it a bit of edge. Where's my funnel? My orange bitters. A little bit of orange bitters. Just to sharpen it up. Ooh, you know what? I should put the umami bitters in here. I have this Japanese umami bitters. No, that's whiskey bitters. Okay, calm down. What the fuck? Why is everything falling over? I think dirty it up a little bit. Just that little bit of umami bitters. All right. Right, might try that again later in the week. Because that's the devil may care attitude I have. Because as Shakespeare said, that's the way, I like it, Well, we've got, although there's a few people watching, we've all gone a bit quiet, which I understand. Time is marching on for everyone. It's marching on for me. My standard excuse to finish the night with a little splash of my brown liquor liqueur. Sorry, my liqueur. Blend of whiskey, rum, and brandy, and spice pepper. You are factually correct, Dr. Abigail. Shakespeare invented every single word. Safa, I didn't hear a car, but maybe it was my burp you thought was a car. I don't know. There's a car there now, actually. So doing this, just never thought everyone's using me for oral wallpaper, which I am more than okay with. But, maybe I should err on the side of caution. When's South Australian election night? Might have been my chair moving, Safa. It actually might have been. Ooh, that was a louder vehicle going past. SA election 20. Wow, that's soon. 21st March. So 21st March, that's not next Saturday, which is a date night. It's the Saturday after, which is not a date night. So all things being equal, I will be streaming the South Australian election, which has 2 points of interest. Will the Liberal Party get completely humiliated and wiped out? And will there be any seats for One Nation? Or despite all the hype about people saying they consider voting for One Nation, will the votes go to independents? We shall see. And yes, if the Liberals get fucking wiped out, I will laugh a lot. I mean, honestly, 90+% chance it's over well before I start the stream. But what might be interesting over the course of the evening, you might get things like, oh, yeah, no, the Liberal Party has been literally wiped out. I feel like it's going to be one. There's probably going to be a few regional seats where there's fight over preferences, and it might drag on for days or more to get final results. But who knows? Maybe not. No, Anthony Green's retired, Safa. He still runs a blog, but he's not doing TV anymore. Damn, but I make good beverages. Just throwing it out there. Having had my absolutely killer eggnog tonight. Fucking possums in the roof. You know what? Fuck you guys. I did everything to convince you to move out. You get sealed in. If someone ever fixes the roof, it's fucking on you, honestly. Deep sigh. Maybe what you heard, Safa, was a possum running over. I was going, I don't know. I've done what I can for these fucking possums. I had eggs for breakfast. I had my bacon baguette. I'm probably going to heat up leftover pizza for breakfast. That seems like a recovery breakfast. Leftover pizza. Oh my god, that's so fucking yummy. I love these fucking cherries so much. Fucking yum, dude. So after do I use fancy bacon? I tend to use what's on special. I like streaky bacon, but if there's something on super good special. Abigail, you love cold pizza? I actually heat it on the sandwich press. So fun fact, okay, if you microwave leftover pizza, it goes too soggy. If you put it in the oven, it dries out too much. But if you reheat it on a flat hot plate, and I use a sandwich press, but you could also use a fry pan, that's a quality reheating. Justin, if the Liberals get 0 seats, I will laugh a lot. There's no two ways about it. I will laugh a lot. I mean, arguably, I'm a country person living in the city, although I have lived in capital cities much longer than I lived in the country. Like I lived in the country less than 20 years. Lived in capital cities more than 40 years. That's just the way it is. Dr. Abbo, you don't care about the reheating? Like, lots of people, like, I have to send you a song called Pizza for Breakfast. Christine Lavin. It's a really funny song. But, yeah, I do like to reheat it. But, yes, the big tip is a flat, hot surface. Like, I got the idea, someone on YouTube said to do it like in a cast iron fry pan. And for a while I was doing it in fry pans, and then I just realized, wait, the sandwich press. The sandwich press is flat and hot, and it works really well. So it's suffered in an alternate universe. I'm still in Dubbo, where I would be a fucking degenerate alcoholic, as opposed to what I am now. Ah! Oh, that's such a depressing thought, Safa. Thank you for rounding out my night with a super fucking depressing thought. Jesus H. Titty fucking Christ. I've said this before. I'll say it again. You know what I noticed? People who stayed in Dubbo, the sun there is so harsh, it fucking aged them. Like, even like when I was only 30 and I visiting Dubbo at Christmas, and I'd run into people I knew from school, their skin would just be so weathered and wrinkled. And it's just like, man, this town fucking ages you. So, yeah. I always covered up with long clothes when I was in Dubbo. People would laugh about how white I was. It was a joke when I was playing Aussie Rules. The guy saying how white my legs were. It's like, yeah, we should get you like those stripper Velcro pants, tracksuits. So when we're out in the field, you run towards someone, and at a critical moment, we rip your Velcro tracky pants off, and the blinding white of your leg blinds the opposition. Abigail, your younger brother's 10 years old. It looks 10 years older, leather handbags. Oh, it's brutal. People who just work in the sun, it fucking ages you like nobody's business. Anyway, I am going to go to bed. I don't think he meant to put the K in it. Now he's laughing. I think he meant that because I stayed out of the sun, I didn't age as harshly as a lot of my Dubbo confrères. Anyway, you all take care. I am going to go to bed. Probably be back for a Tuesday night stream, but sleepy bobos for now. So I hope you all stay well, and I hope to see you all again soon. But bye for now.